G'day guys, now I know Blink-182 have some new music out, but I thought for starters I'd go back and look at this classic. So this lesson is for All the Small Things by Blink-182. Now it's a great punk song, it is an absolute classic, and there are some great chops in there from Travis Barker. So let's get on the kit and let's get straight into it. Okay, the first hits that we have come in on the end of 3 and beat 4. 1, 2, 3. Now if you have a washy ride cymbal, so a ride cymbal that kind of crashes out quite nicely, you can use that for all the choruses because I'm pretty sure that's what Travis is doing. You can kind of hear the extra notes like he's playing eighth notes, but the crashes are really prominent on the quarter notes. If you don't, just play it up on your crash cymbal and it will sound fantastic. So the main beat that we're going to get started with is our chorus, which sounds like this. So that is a super standard punk beat that I bet you already know. Now every now and again he throws in these tasty little licks and they go like this. I definitely find it easiest to start that lick with the left hand, just because whenever I try and start it with my right hand, I get all tangled up and I end up hitting myself on the hands or clicking my sticks, and it's not really ideal. As drummers, you should be able to do things with both hands, so right hand or left hand, so practice it slowly. It might be a bit unco at first, but I'm sure you'll be able to work it out if you go slowly and then speed it up. So go left, right, kick. Then we're into our verse, which is exactly the same beat as we were already playing, but over on the hi-hats. Halfway through, there's a fantastic little fill that goes like this. And then we're back into our verse groove again, and one time there's a sizzled hi-hat on the very last eighth note. And then the next bit to look at is the pre-chorus, which is this fantastic tom groove. Now, this one isn't too tricky, thank goodness. Some of the other ones I've worked out recently have been real mind benders, but this one just kind of has some accents on the top tom and then a couple of snare drums as well, so it's pretty easy to work out. It goes like this. So some of those tom hits come in on the and, so that's the main thing to listen out for. The great thing is that the kick drum is just playing quarter notes through that, so that's one less thing that you have to worry about. You can just kind of lock that in and then concentrate on what's happening in the hands. Anyway, we'll take it slowly, and I'm sure you'll be able to get that. Then we're into our chorus again, and that sounds almost exactly the same as what we've already played. I'll play through 4 bars, because there's this one little kind of fill halfway through there that goes like this. Coming out of that chorus is the coolest fill in the entire song. It's got kick drums filling in pretty much every 16th note, and they're kind of blazing away. The only other tip I can give you is when you hit the hi-hats and snare drum, when you're going faster, I think it's easier to go left hand on the hats and right hand on the snare drum. Really, it shouldn't make much of a difference because they're doing exactly the same thing, but it just means you don't have to travel quite as far with your right hand all the way over to the hi-hats. So slowly, it sounds like this. Then we cycle back through our verse and our chorus again, and then eventually we get to the bridge. Now our bridge has our kick drums and hi-hats with the feet just keeping quarter notes while we're playing a snare drum pattern over the top. To start with, it's pretty easy. I don't really mind how you stick that quick little triplet thing at the end. To my ears, it kind of sounds like a drag, and knowing that Travis has a bit of a rudimental background, it makes sense that he might try and play a quick little double in there instead of single sticking all of those 3 notes. It's probably a bit easier to single stick it though, so if you're happy with that, go for it. Otherwise, challenge yourself and see if you can get a drag in there instead. Moving into the second half of our bridge, we're just kind of building things. Now we're playing 16th notes and we're keeping a nice quarter note accent happening on the right hand. And that builds and builds, and the fill at the end of that is just 2 on the first tom and then the floor tom for the last beat. And then we're into our last choruses, and they're not much different. The main thing that sticks out for me is that fill that we've already learned, the left-right kick, that kind of pops up in slightly unusual places. I'm sure you probably already know it if you know the song pretty well, so you can just kind of drop that in, but this is what the first one sounds like. And then the last couple of bars of the song do the same sort of thing where we're just dropping that in all the time. Sounds like this. Alright, and there you go. That is how you play All the Small Things by Blink-182. I hope this lesson has been helpful. I've tried to break down everything as clearly as possible. But as always, if you've got any questions, hit me up in the comment section below. Anyway, happy practicing, guys, and I'll see you soon at the next lesson.